Broadcasting live in 185 countries, 6 3/4 continents, on the International Space Station, and carried on both Voyager Golden records. It's the Weekly Rumble, where we place 4 YouTubers in a cage with a live lion. Oh wait, that's not how this works? The Weekly Rumble, where we pit the wits and opinions of 4 YouTubers against each other. Well, chrisknight dishes out the points, or takes them away. Without further BS, here is your host, chrisknight.
What is up, everyone? I am chrisknight, and this is the Real Review 3000. So glad you guys could join us today. This is a special edition of the Weekly Rumble, where we're going to have 4 young YouTubers. Right now, we have 3 in the back room. We're waiting on the 4th one. They're having some internet troubles, so we'll get to that here in a second. But we got 4 young YouTubers who are going to come on here and have a battle of wits and opinions, and we're going to see how they think compared to our normal old grumpy people that are on here. Well, maybe not old and grumpy, but either way you look at it, that's how this goes. We're going to bring in, first off, JediPadawanTano. How you doing?
Hello, everyone. How are you doing? And how are you doing, chat?
All right. I'm so glad you're here. And then next we have the Austinator. The Austinator, thank you for being here tonight.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you for having me on.
And then we have Nindroid 243. How you doing, Nindroid?
Good. And hello there, everyone.
And if we can do this, we're gonna wait just a minute, and hopefully Sour will come back in here. We got one more coming in, guys. But let's go over some rules first here, and while we're trying to, build time. We're trying to stretch the time here, guys. So let's just go over the rules. Those of you who haven't watched this show before, this is the rules. This is how this works. We get 2 topics from each guest and from me, the host, for a total of 10 topics. Those 10 topics go on what I call the Wheel of Topics. And the Wheel of Topics will select 5 topics. Each one of you will talk about the same topic each round. So 1 round, 1 topic, you guys all talk about it. Then, in order to know how long you have to talk about that topic, I will spin the Wheel of Time. The Wheel of Time has a 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 4 minute, and 5 minute time on it. Now, if the 3, 4, or 5 minute time is selected, that time goes off the board. The 1 and 2 minute always will be on the board. Now, each panelist will get a response time to add something to the original responder statement if you want to. Now, if you don't want to, that's fine. But if you have anything to say, you need to tell me right then after they talk, and I will get to you. Make it short and sweet. But if you don't say anything, I won't call on you. That's just, if you got something to say, make sure you let me know you're going to say something. Now, each panelist will get 1 mulligan, and that mulligan can add up to the max of 5 minutes and down to the minimum of 1 minute. And it has to be in minute increments. So 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 4 minute, 5 minutes, kind of a reoccurring theme there. So that's basically how it goes. Everybody understand the rules?
Yeah.
Yep.
Very good. Hey, Mad, how you doing? Mad Mardigan, It's a Trap Productions that are in the chat. Thank you guys for being here. And, well, since we're waiting on Sour still, let's just get to the wonderful wild card wheel. The wild card wheel tonight is represented by Mr. Sith Lord. I don't have a wild card wheel tonight. We're going to let JJ be your wonderful wild card, and that means he's in charge of your points. If you didn't pay him ahead of time, you're screwed. That's just
my PayPal account is still empty, so you're all screwed.
Yeah, so all that money you guys shuffled into my PayPal account, thank you very much. I appreciate it, but it doesn't go to him. It goes to me, and, well, you're screwed now. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, so what JJ is going to do here is he's going to take the wild card wheel. He knows all the things that are on there, and he gets to pick what it is. Now, JJ, I'm not going to go over what's normally on the wild card wheel, but do you know what you're going to give these wonderful people?
Not exactly. It all depends on the answer to the question I'm about to ask. And it's kind of not fair that Sour is not here, but that's fine too. He'll just have to deal with it if he shows up. All right. Do you gentlemen First off, Chris, did they have to submit questions or are these recycled?
No, they submitted their own questions.
Okay. All right. All right, gentlemen. Are you confident in your questions?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. All right. You sound very confident. So here's what I'm going to do for you guys. I'm going to be as nice as I can for you young gentlemen. Chris, they have no mulligan.
They have no mulligan. Very good. So forget about the mulligan. The mulligan normally is a well-used thing, and he's a little old and crouchy. So I mean, that's just how it is.
I beg your pardon.
This is my show. You're not going to do anything to me. Oh wait.
Call me old and crotchety, man. Wait till we get done with this.
I'm sorry. He's just crotchety.
I will be right back. I have to call my grandmother real quick.
Okay, no, that's fine. I guess we're gonna. How about this? Let's just do this really simple. Let's go ahead and we'll do the introductions right now and get them out of the way early. So, Jedi, since you were in first, please go ahead and tell everybody about yourself.
Hi everyone, this is Tanu here. I'm 16 and one of the many mods in this great community on YouTube and Twitch. I'm the main moderator for Mary Mayhem for her Twitch and YouTube channel. Andrew, also known as Captain Wolf, that's his real name is Andrew, but his screen name is Captain Wolf. And I mod for his Twitch channel. Anna, aka That Star Wars Girl, one of the founding members of the Phantom Menace. I mod for her YouTube channel and Twitch channel, mainly her YouTube channel because she spends a lot of time on YouTube. And finally, Jay, or Drunk 3PO, I mod for his YouTube channel. I do have a YouTube channel, and I'm doing my first ever live stream at 3:30 Eastern Standard Time with Mary, Drunk 3PO, also known as Dylan, Jay, which is Drunk 3PO, and possibly Krista, because she goes on a live stream during that time, and hopefully she can make it, but she is invited. I do have a Twitter, so please follow that to know when I go live or when I'm modding. Also, smash the like button and enjoy the show.
All right. Thank you very much. Now, I haven't gotten all your guys' links down below. I have them. I just forgot to put them in. I just remembered that. That's my fault. I will make sure everybody's links are in the description, though, guys. I always do that for these streams, so make sure you check back. It'll be done right after this, pretty much. So, but if you're watching this after the fact, please do that. And I'll try to do it while you guys are talking. Since you guys don't have a mulligan, there'll be a 5-minute time probably, and that'll make things where I have some time to type some stuff up.
Yeah.
All right. Up next, Nindroid, go ahead and tell everybody about yourself.
All right. You guys can find me under any of Storm's Nation live streams. That includes Filmmaster Adam, of course, Robert Storms himself, the main core member, also Hanzo and Danny Graham, aka Comic Chat. You can check me. I'm main moderator of all 4 channels. Also, I have my own personal YouTube channel where we are trying to get up to 150 subscribers, where I do mainly Star Wars content along with Marvel and DC as well. And also, you can find me on Twitter at Nindroid243.
Oh, well, okay. Very good. I'm sorry. I just saw a message. I'm trying to see if we got Sour coming back, but I don't see him here yet. But I guess we'll just have to go. Hopefully, an Android makes it back, but we're going to go ahead and spin the wheel of names here. I'm going to share this real quick. The wheel of names to see who goes first. And, of course, it's going to pick Sour. This is how this works for me.
Whoops.
So what we'll do is we'll let that pick him, and I will just try again until it's one of you two. And we'll just start. And everybody else will just have to jump in. Thomas, what's going on? Good to see you in the chat. And oh my gosh, this is just this is the wheel of names. This is how this works. One last time.
Well, we already see how that wheel's going to act Sunday night. So
I know it's like everybody uses this wheel after I looked it up one time, and everybody's been using it since then for like almost a year now. Uh-oh. It looks like Jedi might get it. Jedi's got it.
Yeah.
All right, so since you're going first, Jedi, what I do is I remove your name from the wheel of names because it's only used twice. It's this time, and then at the end of after the first four topics, we'll do the 5th topic, and we spin it again to see who goes first for the last topic. So this is what we do. We have the wheel of topics. We're going to spin this, and then we will see what your first topic is. And the first topic is, if you could be one Marvel villain that had to defeat the Avengers, who would you be and how would you defeat them?
Interesting.
Yes, exactly. That's kind of the fun of this. I will take that and I will pop it into the chat so people know what we're talking about. And now what we're going to do is we're going to remove that. We're going to go see how long you guys have to talk about it. No mulligans, so you don't have to worry about it. This is going to be the actual time that you have to talk, which is 4 minutes. This is always going to be fun because you. But since 4 minutes was spun, we take the 4 minutes off the board. And now we're going to start with you, Jedi. Then we'll go to you, Nindroid. And hopefully by then we'll have at least Austinator back here. And if we can't do anything, we'll just keep going. And whenever.
Yeah.
So,
right.
Jedi, you have 4 minutes. I'm going to put that on the board right now. And can you see this timer?
Yeah, I can see it.
All right, fair enough. 4 minutes is on the board. Your time starts now.
I'm not a Marvel person, but I'm going to try my best. So one villain that really stand out to me is Magneto from the X-Men. And my plan would be like to trap them in like a building filled with magnetic parts, because that's all about Magneto. He can control magnetic or metal, whatever's magnetic, he can control that. And that's the only villain I'm familiar with. I would make sure they split up because they will be defenseless on their own. They won't be together, and you'll know which one where they're going. And depending on which Avenger is there, which would be interesting, I'm just gonna stick with the founding members, which is like Hulk, Captain America, Black Widow, and all those, the people that first appeared in the first Avenger film. So Cap, he has a shield, Vibranium. I think that's what it's called. I don't know. I'm not a Marvel person. If Magneto can break it, I would totally break his shield. If it was breakable, if he can break it. But I don't know. I'm not a Marvel person. And Black Widow, she has bullets. She uses bullets. She has electric sticks, which are made out of metal, and majority of her equipment is made out of metal, so she would be easily taken down with Magneto's powers. Hulk would be such a problem to deal with. He's one of the strongest Avengers on the team, so I would definitely dodge all his moves. You gotta take an airbending move, which is invasive action. And for Hawkeye, well, you should just take him down. Just take his arrows, use it against him. I know that sounds brutal. I'm sorry. I'm supposed to be the bad guy. Who else? I think Iron Man. I think his suit is made out of metal, so that could be a problem. And definitely make him go on a wild goose chase. That could always be fun. And what else would I do? I don't know. I don't know much about Marvel. I would definitely try to trick him and bring him to his tower and see what he can do. And hopefully he fails and ultimately loses. And possibly the other Avengers will come in, like Captain Marvel, which we really don't care about her. We can trap her with metal too. I don't know, she might break out of it because she is the most, quote, powerful Avenger. Also, there's Thor. I totally forgot about him. Sorry. Thor is kind of forgettable for me. He's pretty powerful, but maybe use electricity against him, against his own powers, which would be interesting to do. And also, Wasp can be a problem, sort of, because she can shrink and use her stingers. That could be a problem, but I think just trapping her with her own game and I forgot my word. Yeah, basically trapping her. And Ant-Man, well, I don't know what to do with him. He's just, I don't know.
You can't squash him.
I don't know.
That 4 minutes is the difficult one, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yes, and that's the thing. People don't realize that until they get into it. You're like, oh, it's just 4 minutes. But good job there. So, JJ, what do you think? You got to turn your headset back on, JJ.
I'm trying to follow what he said. Now, I want a clarification on the question before I say anything.
Hmm?
Okay, when you say the Avengers, are you talking about the original 5, or are you talking about all together?
Whatever. I mean, I guess he went into the ones that are in the movie. It's okay. I guess it's what the responder decides. So I didn't actually narrow it down to any one group,
right,
like the original 5. But I mean, if you want to call, I mean, I think what you mentioned, Hawkeye, you mentioned Hulk, you mentioned
Black Widow,
Cap,
Hawkeye,
Iron Man. Did you mention Iron Man?
Yeah, I mentioned Iron Man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then I brought in the non-founding members.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so one villain. If it could be one Marvel villain that had to defeat the Avengers, who would it be? You said Magneto.
Yes.
Okay, all right. I'll give you 10 points for that.
Right. Thank you.
Up next, we're going to get Nindroid. Nindroid, are you ready for your 4 minutes?
Yes.
All right, your time starts now.
Okay, so I would be Thanos. So I can have a huge army to send to kill all the Avengers or go face to face against the Avengers by using the might of the Infinity Gauntlet to murder them slowly, just like they did in the Infinity Gauntlet comics back in 1991, and also the Infinity War comics. Also, Thanos plans before acting. He is a very intelligent alien warlord, I would say. He will slowly use the Infinity Gauntlet and the Infinity Stones. So, one, I would collect the Infinity Stones slowly by using my army, the Black Order, all of my powerful allies, such as the Kree and many others, MCU and also in the comics, to go after them. And so they're aliens, almost like the Outriders. They can slowly possibly kill some Avengers as well. Some of those low tier heroes that really no one talks about. That's part of the Avengers. But I can use the Infinity Gauntlet to actually recreate the world into my own image, as well as maybe possibly using it to disintegrate half of the universe. It just determines what you actually want to do with the Infinity Gauntlet itself. Mm-hmm. So, for example, Thanos smashed Captain America's skull in the Infinity Gauntlet comic book. And also, Thanos in the film turned Drax into paper. So basically, you have the might. If you collect the gauntlet and Thanos knows how to use the gauntlet perfectly, he knows and he's smart enough to use it. He can simply just use it to defeat the Avengers, kill them all if he has to, and recreate the world into whatever he really wants as a person. And I think that's perfect because Thanos, that's really what you want from a villain to succeed. And Thanos actually did succeed in the Infinity War comics. In the Infinity War film back in 2018. So Thanos as a character is powerful and he's great. Basically, he is very strong. He can take on all the Avengers. He can also take on Hulk. As you can see, he beat up Hulk without the use of the Infinity Stones. So he's also very powerful. And also, you gotta remember, he took on Captain Marvel, and he just treated her like nothing, really. He just bam, right back to her. So personally, Thanos is, to me, probably the strongest one that can match up to the Avengers as a character, and he is the most smartest, and most powerful, tied with Galactus also, one of them too. But as a character, I think Thanos is more smarter than Galactus, and he's one of the smartest villains, and in total, he is basically the perfect match against the Avengers that anyone can ever wish for. And that's really all I have to say.
Well, that's 4 minutes. I mean, that's what you had to do. So that's very good. Now on to the judge, jury, and executioner. JJ?
Well, I'm going to go ahead and say this. I liked your explanation. I really did. You pulled that one off really well. But Thanos is too easy of an answer. But it's just the first question. And I'll go ahead and just give you 10 points and just be prepared for the next one.
10 points right there. And let's go now. Austinator, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
4 minutes on the board. Your time starts now.
So the villain I am choosing Dr. Doom. Now, I'm not talking about movie Dr. Doom. I'm talking about comic book Dr. Doom, where he was at his peak. Now, let's start off with the obvious. He has Stark level intellect. So that, to me, is a very big plus, that you should be a very smart villain, because, yeah, you can be, like, the brawn, like, dumb brawn villain, but, that doesn't usually get the job done. You want someone who can plan ahead and get the upper hand. And with Dr. Doom, he also has sonics, technopathy and mind interference and telekinesis and power negation. That will definitely be useful against people like the Hulk, and because he could use mind transference to maybe get into the Hulk's head and just beat on the Avengers for a bit with just Hulk's brute strength. And he can also use energy absorption, and he could project himself and teleport. And again, when you look at it, it would be very useful. And even if he gets caught, I mean, he's going to be innocent and everything, because he also has diplomatic immunity. So if he ever got arrested, he would just get off scot-free without any real punishment. And how he would try and go about defeating the Avengers, like, let's start off with, Tony Stark. They're both the same. Again, they're both equally smart. I think, again, it depends on which ones you're talking about, but Dr. Doom can use his, just intellect to, maybe hack into the Iron Man suits, maybe implant like a virus or something, like an EMP that would shut it down and like take Tony Stark out quickly, because without the suit of armor, Tony Stark is powerless. Like, he's just a normal guy.
Yes.
With Captain America, he also has the armor. He has superhuman strength and durability, and he also has weapons in his armor as well. So it would be kind of easy, but at the same time, like, Captain America is also he has a super soldier serum, so he obviously has to work around that. But I think, again, if he's able to use like his projections and his just his strength, I think that Dr. Doom could dispatch a Captain America if he plans ahead. With Thor is a tricky one, because Thor is a god. So again, it's one of those things where maybe he has to use telekinesis to just like throw things at him, or just like throw him around without even touching him. And as far as Black Widow and Hawkeye are concerned, I think he could probably beat them easily. Because again, Black Widow does have the gadgets and Black Widow does have the training, but I would think overall Doctor Doom is just a lot more skilled. And he also has the suit, which also gives him the advantage. And then Hawkeye is Hawkeye. So, and again, with Hulk, you really don't have to do much with the Hulk. You can just, because again, with mind transference, and he even has power negation. So maybe he could, negate the Hulk's powers for a bit so he can't turn into the Hulk. And overall, I would say that, yes, you have your Thanoses and your, just all those characters, but with Doctor Doom's intellect, he could easily dispatch the Avengers. Easily.
Okay. Very good. JJ, what say you?
He pulled one out of the bucket with Doctor Doom. I completely forgot about him in the Marvel universe.
I like that.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and give him 10 points for that.
All right. I might have somebody on the way for fourth.
Yeah, but you saw in the chat, Sour ain't gonna be able to.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. So
Okay.
Sour can't make it. His internet has crashed or whatever. And I have one other person that I talked to earlier as a backup just in case. They may be here, they may not. We'll find out. But if not, we'll just do it with you three. And so with that, we will go ahead to.
Are they young?
Yes.
You're such a perv, Chris.
No, it's not like that. It's not like that.
Much love, brother. You gotta give a shit.
I know. That's right. It's all about fun and games here on the Weekly Rumble.
Yeah, just spin the damn wheel.
Okay, fine then. Number 2 topic, guys. Number 2 topic. We're going to go ahead and see what this is. This one is, should Ahsoka Tano live after Clone Wars? Should Ahsoka Tano live after Clone Wars? So, since Jedi, you went first, we're going to go down to Nindroid. Nindroid, you will now have your turn first.
All right.
And let us put this into the chat. We're going to find out how long you guys have to talk about it right now. The 4-minute, of course, is off the board. There is no mulligans. Thank JJ for that one. The 2-minute time has been selected for this. This makes it a little easier.
All right.
So, 2 minutes stays on the board because 1 and 2 minute always stay on the board. 2 minutes is on the board. Are you ready, Nindroid?
Yes.
Should Ahsoka Tano live after the Clone Wars? Your turn. It starts now.
All right. Yes, because she didn't finish her entire journey at the end of the Clone Wars 2008 show, and she continued her journey in the amazing Ahsoka novel that came out in 2016. And then we saw her in the sequel series to Clone Wars, Rebels, that shows us her being part of the early stages of Bail Organa's rebellion. Also, she squared off against Vader on the season finale of Rebels Season 2, Twilight of the Apprentice. And then we saw her in Season 4, I'm pretty sure, in the World Between Worlds episode that she helped Ezra. Ezra pulled her out. So I don't know personally. Well, no, I do know personally. Ahsoka, yes, she should survive the Clone Wars personally as a character because she didn't finish her character arc in Clone Wars. And to me, as a character, Ahsoka became more mature in Rebels and in the Ahsoka novel, and we gained a lot more of character development to her character. And she was very well structured in Rebels Season 2, and the introduction in Season 1 of Rebels was very well done. Also, I think her lightsabers were a lot better. So overall, I do think Ahsoka, yes, she should have survived Clone Wars, and she actually did. And she also survived the Battle of Endor because she went to see Sabine on Lothal. Also, she went to Lothal to grab Sabine to find Ezra, to head possibly to the Outer Rim territory. So Ahsoka as a character is a very well-developed character, and yeah.
All right. JJ.
All right. I'm very critical when it comes to Star Wars questions. That was just pretty much going through the paces of the shows. The question was, you think she should have lived, I believe, after the Clone Wars? Okay, we already know she does.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't see.
Yeah, I don't see the question.
I think the question is do you think that keeping her alive now, because you know that she's alive, do you think that that's how it should have been? And well, Nindroid answered it saying yes.
Yeah. Well, we already know she survives. And,
well, yes, she does. But the question is should she have? I think that's how I
George was originally going to kill her off.
Yeah.
And that's the whole debate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, no, I give you 10 on it. I'll be nice.
All right.
Because this really don't matter at this point anyway.
It never does.
Points don't matter, guys. Just play with it.
All right. You said 10?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got it.
All right. I just want to make sure because this is critical that we keep track of this.
Well, no, I got it. Hey, Chris.
You got it?
Chris, just hang on a second.
Okay.
Just give me a damn minute. Yes, I'm keeping track of it. I've got the supersized version of Han's record keeping.
Yeah, I see that. My God. How do you guys realize you're making him work? This is crazy. He doesn't do this.
Who, me?
I'm not saying who.
I don't mind it. I like to write every chance I get, which ain't much anymore with the digital age.
No, that's true. That's darn true.
Yeah. But yeah, it's all good.
I would say Jedi, Nindroid, and Austinator. I would say that JJ may be very well like close to the age of your grandparents.
Oh.
Interesting.
Oh, damn. There it is. Oh.
Someone beat that out.
Yeah. Oh, and he got two of them. He brought them out. Okay. So up next, Austinator, you ready?
Yes.
2 minutes on the board. Your time starts now.
Okay, so with the question, it says, should she have survived? Again, the obvious answer is yes, because we all do know that she ends up surviving after the last season of Clone Wars, because she does appear in season 2 of Rebels, where she also had that epic fight with Darth Vader with her 2 gray lightsaber blades, which does not mean that she is a gray Jedi. But if you're saying that should she have, again, yes, because let's also look at her training. That Ahsoka was trained by Anakin Skywalker himself, who was the most powerful Jedi at that point besides Yoda. Mm-hmm. So Anakin would have taught her at least how to maneuver a lightsaber or how to duel, because you see Anakin in the Clone Wars and the movies, you can tell that he's very skilled as a duelist, and he is also a very great pilot. So I'm pretty sure that Anakin would have taught her how to fly a ship and how to fight. So with that being said, that she should have been able to escape the clone troopers when Order 66 happened, and she could have also been able to handle herself when it came to fighting them. So as far as that as a question, I think that yes, she should have, because of all those reasons. Also, back to Rebels, I think Ahsoka and Vader's fight was great because of the storytelling. And that's one of the things I like about lightsaber battles is the story behind it. Like with Anakin and Obi-Wan, there was story there and it was epic. Duel of the Fates story was there. And with this, it was basically master versus, apprentice with Ahsoka versus Vader. And to me, the emotion was there and just the line delivery was great too. So I mean, Ahsoka surviving Clone Wars, I mean, that was a great thing. So I think she should have.
All right, JJ. Critical time.
Well, once again, you're just stating facts that we already know. But like I said, it doesn't matter yet. So I'll go ahead and give you 10 points.
Okay. Very good. Jedi, are you ready?
I'm ready.
2 minutes on the board. Your time starts now.
So I obviously submitted this question, let's be real. But should Ahsoka live after the Clone Wars? Yes, but should she live after the duel between her and Vader? No. But I'm mainly going to talk about her surviving after the Clone Wars. I think the original plan from George Lucas was, one, she was going to die during some point in the series. Two, she was going to die during her trial arc where she was accused of the crime. Three, it would just hold it out until the end. And Dave Filoni did that and basically made her survive that whole trial arc. And I don't agree with everything that George does, especially with the Padme death and some of the lines in Attack of Clones. Let's be real, those were cringe. But I liked most of his story ideals. This one I do not agree with, because you're watching the show from a person that grew up watching the show and was basically an introduction to Star Wars. I feel like her just dying at the end is like, what is the point of watching this? I understand certain characters have to die at a certain moment, but when it's the main character and put on a pedestal that everyone can see basically in almost majority of episodes, and she just dies at the end and forgotten about, I feel like that's kind of sad. And she doesn't have an epic death, or she doesn't see what her master becomes, which she does in Clone Wars. Not in Clone Wars, I meant Rebels.
Mm-hmm.
But if she doesn't able to see that, then there wouldn't be no cool factor. And be like, when she saw Vader, that was a great moment, and I think she should have just died then. That's my personal opinion. But her living after Clone Wars, I totally agree with, so she could see Vader and just die from him. That's my argument.
Okay. That's a different take on this.
Well,
JJ?
Tano, I like your answer. I really do, because it was, no offense, gentlemen, but it was the only original one. I'll give you 20 points for it.
Thank you.
Ooh. A big 2-0. So in the lead after the second round is Jedi. Jedi, you're up to 30. Nindroid. Austinator, you're tied in second place with 20. And that means absolutely bupkis right now. That's probably such an old term. I shouldn't have used that term. Oh, geez. Yeah. Sean's going to call me a boomer again. Hey, David, how you doing? How you doing, David? Good to see you.
And you call me old.
What? I only call you old because it's the truth. Anyways, up next, we're going to go for the third topic of the night. Third topic. And then Nindroid, or not Nindroid, Austinator, we're going to have you go ahead and tell everybody about yourself after this topic here. What is your favorite Star Wars film, or what is your favorite Star Wars film sequel of the trilogy? Or wait, hold on, let me try to read this again. What?
I think that's my question.
Okay, so what is your favorite Star Wars film sequel of the trilogy film set? So explain this.
I actually said, what's your favorite Star Wars sequel trilogy film?
Okay. Maybe I think it might have gotten messed up. Okay, so what is your favorite Star Wars film from the sequel trilogy?
Now, before you start, I want to ask this question.
Yes.
Okay. You say, I understand you're saying the sequel trilogy. You're just talking about the sequel movies, not the two standalones, correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
All right. So, what is your favorite Star Wars film from the sequel trilogy? Okay, everybody got that?
I got that.
Everyone? Yep. Okay. All right. So, Austinator, you're going to start first, but we're going to see how long you have to do that. Uh-oh. That's so close. It's going to get it. 2 minutes. I thought
that looked like a tie, like sort of.
Yeah, but if you look at like on my screen, I can tell it's just barely 2 minutes. So 2 minutes is the time. Again, you have 2 minutes to talk about this. What is your favorite film from the sequel trilogy? Your time starts now.
Okay, out of all the sequel trilogy films, there is one film to me that really stands out, and that is The Force Awakens. Now, maybe it's because of bias, because that was really the first Star Wars movie I saw in theater. Technically I saw Phantom Menace when it came out in 3D in theater, so that was technically my first Star Wars movie. But in terms of like new Star Wars films, Force Awakens definitely was one of the films that I really liked because of the theater experience. Now, I know there's complaints that it's basically a New Hope, it's like a retread, but, you know, at the same time, it's like the point of the movie was to, I guess, bring Star Wars and, you know, cater to a new audience. But also they were trying to also honor the other films before it with this. And I appreciated this film because you had really good characters like Rey at this point. Not as much as the later films, but I think Rey was really good in this film. I like Finn as a character. Han Solo was also very good, and Kylo Ren definitely showed, you know, his conflict here, and that was like one of the biggest plot points of the entire trilogy was Kylo Ren and his conflict. Like, does he want to be with the dark side or the light side? Now, obviously, with the other films, I had problems with this, but with Force Awakens, it's mainly because the theater and how much of an experience that was, because that was the first Star Wars film that came out in theater since Revenge of the Sith in 2005. So it was a huge deal. And just the anticipation was there. And then the death of Han Solo was, you know, shocking. Not really shocking, but at the same time, it was like a steal your breath moment. And the just ending with Luke, you know, and Rey just like staring at each other, like not saying anything. That to me was a poetic thing. And that is one of the reasons why The Force Awakens to me is probably one of the better sequel trilogy films.
Okay. JJ.
Really? You thought after all that, now don't get me wrong, you know, as far as the sequel trilogy, I'm in agreement. You know, The Force Awakens was the better of the three. But how can you sit there and say that one of the most loved characters of Star Wars doesn't have a damn word to say is poetic?
Well,
That
no,
right-
yeah, no.
That alone, I'm sorry, that's 5 points.
5 points, man. Austinator, I will give you his address.
I told you I'm very critical when it comes to Star Wars questions.
I think he didn't get his Geritol today. All right, up next, Jedi, you have 2 minutes on the board. Are you ready?
Yes.
Your time starts now.
As someone that doesn't really like the sequel trilogy that much, that hasn't seen episode 9, still hasn't seen it. I don't have interest in seeing it. But
Don't
I'm gonna
worry
go with
about
Force. Yeah. I'm gonna go with Force Awakens because that's the easiest one to choose. Definitely not going with Last Jedi, personally, for me. That's my opinion. That's okay if you have a different opinion. Force Awakens, it was so much like A New Hope that kind of got that hopey feel. Like Star Wars is finally back on screen after basically almost like a decade of no Star Wars. And we had the Clone Wars, but officially, like with the episode number next to it, yes, that was very exciting. See, theater was filled. Everyone was like excited. I was excited. I saw Star Wars movies because of the sequel trilogy was coming out, and I went to a Star Wars exhibit because of the sequel trilogy. So I kind of have to thank the sequel trilogy for being made because of that. Because I was not going to watch the movies. I would stick with my Clone Wars, and that's it. The reason why I enjoy The New Hope a lot, it set up a lot of points. We saw the old characters, and it just seemed like A New Hope, and it had that vibe, and I really love A New Hope. New Hope can just stand on its own without any sequels or prequels. It can just stand on its own. Mm-hmm. But this movie kind of needs another movie because of the cliffhanger at the end. And I didn't kind of enjoy the cliffhanger, but I was like, can you just say something, please, Luke? Even though I'm not really that much of a fan of Luke. I do enjoy his character, but he's not my number one, as we can tell by the character I mean by. But it's an alright movie. One of my favorites of the sequel trilogy, if I had to choose one.
All right. JJ.
Once again, seeing how he hasn't seen all three, he can't legitimately answer this question honestly because And with that, I 5 points for him also.
Wow, Nindroid, you better come with something.
I'll take
I
it.
am coming with something. I
All right.
memorized this entire thing. All right.
All right, your time starts now.
Personally, my favorite sequel trilogy film would have to be The Rise of Skywalker. The Rise of Skywalker, to me, was a great film that delivered me, as a Star Wars fan, a fun, lovable, dark tale that stayed true to the main two themes of the entire Skywalker saga, family and redemption. I think bringing back Palpatine was actually a really good idea to tie up all three trilogies with the main antagonist coming back, because if you think about it, Palpatine was the main villain in the prequels and original trilogy that was pulling all the strings during the whole time. So to me, it made sense why he came back. Also, we knew that he had plans if the Empire ever fell due to the Aftermath trilogy and other various novels and comics connected to canon. So to me, when Palpatine said the dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some may consider to be unnatural, I just assumed that he cheated death. And he basically did do that through a clone vessel thanks to the novelization. To me, all the main characters in this film, besides Finn, were at their strongest. Rey had to overcome the darkness within her and stay true to who she was with the last two installments. Ben Solo had to end his conflicted arc within the entire trilogy by choosing which side he truly needed to be on. And Poe had to learn how to be a great leader, just like General Leia Organa, our own princess. And he had to lead the resistance to Exegol to end this war once for all with the help of Finn. To me, the visuals were great. Some of the locations were great and new. And it just looks like Star Wars. It gives the feeling that it's a Star Wars movie. And overall, I love the characters in this film. And that's all I have to say.
Okay. I'll give you, it looks like a Star Wars film. I'll give you that much. But J.
Well, I'm gonna be honest about this. I actually liked all three. You know, hate me if you want. They're good movies. They're not great by any means. They're great but they're good movies. Good popcorn films. Go back and sit and relax and waste a couple hours. And The Rise of Skywalker, it did kind of somewhat, you know, people griped about it, true, about Palpatine coming back, but within the Aftermath trilogy, it is pointed out that Palpatine does have a cloning facility on Jakku.
Yes.
Okay, so him coming back in The Rise of Skywalker fit.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll give him 10 points for that.
Okay. Very good. All right. So, real quick, Austinator, why don't you tell everybody about yourself and where they can find you? I have not put your links down below yet, so I will do that afterwards. But go ahead and tell everybody about yourself.
Sure. Well, what's up, guys? You can find me on my Twitter at the Austinator17. You guys can find me on my Discord at the Austinator, and you guys can find me on my YouTube channel, the Austinator, where I just reached my goal of 60 subscribers. I am now trying to reach my new goal of 70 subscribers. So if you're not subscribed yet, I try to do 3 shows per week. I do a show on Sunday called Shadow Y. I do a show on Thursday now called Splash Talk, and then some point during the week I do a normal live discussion. So if you have not subscribed, it's a fun time over there. So go check it out.
All right, very good, very good. All right, so now what we need to do is we need to go to the 4th topic. But let's see here. Since we don't technically have the 4 people as usual, normally this would be where we would have a 4th person and they would go and they'd be the last in the line. We're going to go ahead and spin the wheel of names to see. We'll take Sour off there. We're going to see Nindroid or Austinator, which one of you get it first, and then whoever doesn't get it this time gets the first on the 5th question. Understand?
Yep.
Okay, we're just kind of ad-libbing this whole thing here. Nindroid, you have won. You are going to start first this time.
All right.
And let's wait till the overdone animation happens. Let's see what the next question is. All right. Which are you more excited for? DC's new projects or Marvel's? Which are you more excited for? DC's new projects or Marvel's?
Okay.
Let's see here. We're going to cut this out. We're going to put this into the chat. Make sure it goes out there. And we're going to spin to see how long you have to talk about this. We haven't gotten the 3-minute or the 5-minute time. Ooh, and it's 2 minutes again. So
Okay.
you guys are getting lucky today without that mulligan.
Rigged.
It backfired on you, JJ.
All right.
All right, 2 minutes on the board. Which are you more excited for, DC projects or Marvel projects coming up? And Nindroid, your time starts now.
Okay. I'm more excited for DC because DC is actually taking risks by doing the multiverse. Aside from Marvel, Marvel has not been really taking many risks because they just took a risk by killing half of their people in Infinity War. So now Phase 4, it's basically just a clean slate. Nothing really that big is happening in the universe as a whole, besides from maybe in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. But I mean, like, DC has more interesting stories and more interesting characters to tell now within their new installments. For example, Michael Keaton is coming back as Batman in the Flash film. That right there itself is very exciting. And also Ben Affleck's going to be in the Flash film. So are we going to see Batman and Batman staying right next to each other? Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck, are we going to see that? That's going to be interesting. Maybe that might happen, maybe it won't. So basically the Flash film is the biggest one out of these next installments because the Flash film carries like so many universes that can collide, like the Watchmen one, the Joker one, all of them. And also the Batman film, that trailer was great. It looks like we're going to get a darker Batman, even a lot more darker than the Dark Knight trilogy Batman. And that itself is going to be very interesting. Also, I'm for the Snyder Cut, so I'm really excited and glad to see Snyder Cut. I mean, Zack Snyder himself finishing his Justice League vision. And I'm really excited for him to conclude what he started. Also, I'm really excited to see Cheetah and Black Adam. And I'm really excited for DC more than Marvel.
All right. Very good. Very good. JJ.
Well, first off, there's a bad echo. First off, I just got a simple question. All right, because I don't math well, but how do you consider two characters half of their half of the event? Half of the characters they killed off.
Well, that might be part of the problem he's talking about.
Well, true. Don't get me wrong. I've never been a big DC fan except for the main characters: Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
I've seen all those. I haven't seen Aquaman. I haven't seen Shazam. I know people say they're good movies, but I just ain't seen them yet. And Marvel up to this point, I've been a big fan of. But coming forward, no, I'm not a big fan of it. So I'll give you 10 for that. Just because of what DC's trying to do.
Yeah, they're trying to do more risks and with their storytelling. That's what I mean.
Yeah. I give you.
And
10
Marvel, like Far From Home. To me, Far From Home was too basic. Like it was too predictable.
Basic.
Yeah.
So
Ooh.
Interesting.
Is that
All
a hot
right.
take?
What was that?
Is that a hot take?
I don't know, but he made it. Shots fired on that one, I think, because there's lots of people. There's $1 billion in the bank that says otherwise. But no. All right. Up next, Austinator. Are you ready?
Yes.
2 minutes is on the board. Your time starts now.
So as far as if I'm more excited for either DC or Marvel's new projects, I'm going to be completely honest. I am a little bit more excited for DC's stuff. Because I'm a big DC fan, and after DC fandom, I'm thinking like this is going to probably be the next few years where DC is going to beat Marvel. But also just after, Infinity War, I feel like Marvel in terms of their stories, I feel like they kind of dropped off quite a bit. Like not a whole lot till like it's really bad, but it's not as good as where it could be. Like Ant-Man the Wasp, to me, it was not a very good film. Captain Marvel, it was kind of just, it felt like a Phase 1 movie. Endgame was good. Far From Home, I have problems with it, and especially with the newer films like Black Widow. Like, I'm sorry, but Black Widow is like 2 phases too late for me. That should have been where Captain Marvel was. And with the Eternals, I'm not really excited for that, especially with just how they're marketing it so far. Shang-Chi, unless you're a hardcore comic book fan, you're not really gonna know about them. And with unless it's like Doctor Strange or Black Panther 2, I really am not that excited. While with DC's side of things, we got the Wonder Woman 1984 trailer. That already looks like it's going to be better than Black Widow. You got the Batman trailer, which looks absolutely really good, and I really hope that Robert Pattinson nails it, and I think he can, because he is a good actor. It just depends on what kind of role he's given. Mm-hmm. And with Snyder Cut, I am a supporter of the film because after the 2017 film, I feel like I want to see how Zack Snyder would have done it, and I still do think it will be a better film. Also, the teaser for Black Adam with just, the drawings and the narration was, very good, and the Suicide Squad and Flash. I just think DC has more going for them than Marvel so far, so I'm more excited for that.
Nice. JJ?
I have to agree with him, except for on one front, and I'll get into that after this topic's done. Mm-hmm. I'll go ahead and give him 10 points.
Okay. And now, Jedi, 2 minutes on the board. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Your time starts now.
So, I'm more of a DC fan. I barely saw any of the Marvel movies because I wasn't interested. And I was gonna go jumping into the Marvel Universe because I grew up watching The Adventures of Earth's Mightiest Heroes, that animated show. We all remember it was pretty good. And Miss Marvel was pretty cool. And I heard they were going to do Captain Marvel. And I was like, oh my God, let me go see it. And I hear what Brie Larson is doing. And that just turned me off. This is literally what they're going to do. They're going to turn everything woke, get all the crazy people. We're going to get female Thor, which wasn't that interesting from what I heard in the comics. And yeah, they're just going to go woke with it. Let's be real. For DC, I feel like they're turning around. They're finally I think they're trying to go on the right path. And if Wonder Woman 84 does well, I'm sure it will. I'm a huge Wonder Woman fan. A lot of people are a huge fan of the first Wonder Woman movie because it did pretty well. It respected the character. It was actually a character that was accurate to the comics, unlike Superman and some of the other leaguers, which were completely off in Zack's vision. But I'm not really a fan of Zack's vision, but I respect it, and I will be seeing the Zack Snyder cut once all the episodes are out, because it's going to be a mini-series. Mm-hmm. And I'm very interested to see that. Suicide Squad, that's rated R, so I probably won't be able to see that. The Batman looked pretty cool. I'm interested. I love Batman. I pick his titles up almost every time I walk in the comic book store, so I love Batman. Definitely going to see that. The Flash teaser was horrible. Black Adam was pretty cool. And with the Justice Society, seems very interesting. And it looks like DC's looking on the bright side from now on, instead of going down the toilet like Marvel. And where are my X-Men? I just want my X-Men.
Oh, interesting thought. All right, 2 minutes is done there. And now, JJ?
Yeah. I guess I'll go with 10 also. But I'm looking up something real quick, so yeah, I'll give him 10. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. I think I found it. Nope, dang it. Wanted to show off something real quick.
Oh. Did you find it?
Yeah, I found it. Hang on.
Okay.
This is my problem with DC right now. And this is my problem with Pattinson being Batman.
Is it because it doesn't connect to the universe?
This right here just shows he's just trading one bat for another emo Bruce Wayne.
Okay, let me explain.
Uh-oh.
The reason why he has that black eye thing is they usually do that when they put on a mask, so they discover the eyes. They did that in the Arrow show. If you can see with Green Arrow, he had the little black.
I understand
green
that,
paint.
but you got to stop and think about that though. You're looking at Twilight right there. They could have done him up to made him look a little bit better than what he did. Not some worn out.
They only
vampire.
got 25% of the movie. That's not the whole movie. They haven't
No,
made-
and I don't necessarily agree with you, JJ, because the eye black is something that all the Batman characters have worn.
Don't get me wrong now. Don't get me wrong. All right? I watched the trailer and I actually liked what I saw, except for that point.
Okay.
How they portray Bruce Wayne.
Okay.
You know, the bat suit looks good. I'm not a big fan of the Batmobile, but I understand this is early on. So, you know, it's not what, you know, we grow to know as the Batmobile. But then again, it's not Adam West either. So, you know, but that's okay. It's all good. You know, all right. I give him 10 points for it.
All right. Now, the last question is who is better in your opinion, Batman or Superman? Who is better, Batman or Superman? And Austinator, since you are the odd man out right now, you are going to go first, and let's see what the time you'll have is. Oh, wow. This is going to be interesting. 1 minute to explain who is better, Batman or Superman.
Make it good.
Make it good. That's right. All right. Take it down to 1 minute. 1 minute is on the board. And Austinator, your time starts now.
All right. So out of both, I think Batman is a better character because, let's face it, I think Batman to me screams cool. Like, I like his design. I like that. Again, he's a normal person. He's not like Superman where he's an alien from another planet. And I feel like with Batman, it's more like you understand why he does it and you understand his backstory. Also, you understand why he's kind of OP because he had a lot of training from, you know, because again, it depends on what kind of continuity you go with. But let's say like he gets his training from somewhere and then like he starts, you know, beating up people. And he also he's very smart as well. Also, I think Batman has the best rogues gallery out of the both of them. I think because Batman has more of the well-known villains, while Superman really only has a couple. Also, the side characters are a little bit more memorable with Robin, Nightwing, Batgirl, Alfred, you know, just every member of the Bat family. And just overall, I think that's kind of why I like Batman over Superman.
Nice. JJ, what say you?
Isn't this the last question?
Yes. Oh, that's right. Never mind. That's right. See, I don't even know the rules of my own. I'm just so used to this that I totally forgot. And you're doing all the work today. So anyways, thank you for remembering that.
Who was that again?
Who, what, huh?
Who went just now?
That was Austinator.
Austin. Okay. Yeah.
So, guys, just so you know, you will not know what your final tally is until the end of this particular round because that's how this works. Nobody knows what their final score is until the end of the round because up until this point, the points don't matter. And technically, even after this point, when he tells you who got the most points, it doesn't really matter. It's all fun and games and jokes and ribbing and all that fun stuff. All right. Up next, we have Jedi. Jedi, you have 1 minute on the board. Who is better, Batman or Superman, in your opinion? Are you ready?
Okay. Yes.
Your time starts now.
From someone that has read the Batman comics and the Superman comics, and Superman comics not being that good recently, but Batman is, I'm going to go with Batman because I grew up watching DC and he was the center point of it because it was his side characters that I love, like Batgirl, spoiler, Shadow Bat, and many Nightwing, Robin, Red Hood, all the Bat family. He has such a great cast of characters around him. And the famous storylines, like Batman Hush, Batman Long Halloween, Batman Year One, Batman, I don't know, there's so many great storylines, like Batman Battle for the Cowl, and Court of Owls. Like, he has such great storylines until Tom King started writing for him, but he's not writing for him anymore, thank God. And in Superman, he's just whatever, average Boy Scout of hope. That's my personal opinion.
Okay, very good. All right, and then last but not least, Nindroid, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
1 minute is on the board. Batman or Superman? Who do you think, in your opinion, is better? Your turn is now.
All right, Batman is better because Batman is more relatable, both as Batman and Bruce Wayne, compared to Superman, because Batman is a human and he acts like a human that has to learn how to fight and how to punch a guy, compared to Superman, in which Superman is just born with that power to do all the significant great things due to the sun on Earth. So basically, Batman is a better character because, personally, character development, he is more relatable, because some of us humans actually do lose his parents and all of that. And, so we as an audience can actually relate in a way to the people who lost a family member. And personally, Batman is more relatable as a character with everything.
Oh. All right. I would say definitely Batman, because hell, it's the Dark Knight, and he spells his last name the same as I do, Knight. Anyways, JJ, who's your favorite of the two? JJ.
Sorry, I thought my mic was already muted and I just turned it off. Personally, I have to say Superman, because I've always wanted to be able to fly. Early on as a kid, I wanted to be a pilot, and I had plans to join the Air Force, but because of circumstances beyond my control, I was unable to fulfill that wish, dream, goal. So I love to fly. Most games I like to play have to do with flying. So yeah, Superman. I don't care about the strength or the seeing through things or the damn breath, man. That just still literally blows me away. No pun intended. Or the laser beams from my eyes or whatever. I want to fly, man.
I mean, I love Superman, but I always liked Batman for the whole just techie, and he's just a person.
Yeah.
I mean, I always liked that thought. But I listen. I was a Superman fan for from almost birth, because of the Christopher Reeves was like up until Henry Cavill. I think the best two ever are Christopher Reeves and Henry Cavill. JJ, before you tell us what their final points are, check that Twitter DM I just sent you really quick, please.
Okay. Well, what did I do now?
Nothing. No, you didn't. Absolutely nothing. I and then think about your score that you're going to give the three of these great people. Thank you guys again for joining us. I really appreciate it. Everybody out in the chat, thank you very much for being here too. I greatly appreciate all you guys.
We can. Okay. I believe we can pull that off in the future. Let me do some maths real quick.
All right, cool.
All right. Carry the 5.
I'm sorry, guys. Making him math was a terrible trick on my part.
Times 20.
Don't forget to move the decimal point.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I ain't using a damn calculator, y'all. I'm old school.
The abacus of that is out.
All right, Chris, we got a little issue here.
What's the issue?
After my final scores, Nindroid's got 65.
Okay.
Austinator has 65.
Uh-oh.
And Tano also has 65.
Well, JJ, what do you say we do about this? Should we just let them all three go to the final 5 and see which of the three of them can get these questions right?
Yeah, we could do that. That make it a little bit more interesting since we're a short one.
That's true. That is true. Okay, guys, this is how this works. I have 5 questions. You guys are going to fight to the death to see who wins.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
maybe not to the death, but
No, I'm all
this
for it.
is how the 5 questions work. I've come up with 5 questions before the show. JJ does know what these questions are, and he already knows the answers because they're my answers. Your job is to think about how I would answer these 5 questions, and if you get it right, you get a point. The person who has the most points after that wins the game. Now, if we have a tie after that, I will have JJ go ahead and ask one last question, and that will determine it. How about that? Are we ready?
Any question I wish?
Yes, any question you wish.
All right, I like that.
You have to know the answer.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my God! Just roll that beautiful beam footage.
Yes, that's right. Okay, guys, are you guys ready?
Yeah.
So this is what we're going to do. Jedi, you'll go first. Nindroid, then you'll go. And then Austinator, you will go. And we're going to go that way. Everybody gets a separate time. It doesn't. And then that'll be it. Okay. Austinator, are you still here? Austinator?
Here, I'll quickly text him.
Okay.
Oh no! I thought I heard someone knocking on his door.
That's what I thought. I just want to make sure that he's here.
Now you. I'm gonna make sure I heard that right because I was doing something else. Tano, Nindroid, and Austinator in that order.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right.
Yes, indeed. If Austinator's here, because like I said, I heard somebody knocking, and that might be. All right, I'm gonna see a D. Great to have you back. Sorry, guys. We're kind of playing this one by ear. The South has been hit by several storms, of course, as you guys may have seen if you watch the news. So anybody down there, by the way, if you got hit by this hurricane that hit, guys, I do hope everybody's safe. I hope everybody made it through fine. And hopefully nothing major happened. And hopefully everybody, all your family and your friends who may be down there also are okay. Krause was not able to make it today because of internet problems, and he's down there in the storms down there and stuff. I don't think he was actually in the hurricane, but
No.
okay. So, since Austinator hasn't answered yet, we're gonna go ahead and start. Jedi, you're gonna go, then Nindroid, you're gonna go, and whenever he comes back, we will go ahead and let him answer. So, did you get that,
Okay.
JJ?
Yeah.
Okay, so
All
we're
right.
just going to go back and forth between the two of them. Jedi, this is the first question. Which is the better character, Ahsoka or Rey?
Ahsoka, duh.
Okay. Nindroid.
Ahsoka,
Okay.
because
You ain't got to explain why. Just answer.
Yeah.
the simple
Yeah,
question.
You don't have to answer.
Okay.
You don't have to explain
Okay.
it.
Okay.
It is personal opinion. That is perfectly fine. Okay. Next one. DC or Marvel?
DC all the way.
Okay.
DC.
Okay. All right. The third question is, which series is better, Lego Batman or the Batman Arkham series?
Ooh, this is a hard one, but I definitely got to go with the Batman Arkham.
Okay.
Batman Arkham series.
Yeah, Batman Arkham.
Okay. Better vehicle is Batmobile or the Batwing?
Depending on the mission, but I would love to take the Batwing to be in the air, see the whole city.
Okay.
I was gonna
Nindroid?
say Batwing as well, actually.
Okay. And what is the best of the Star Wars prequel movies?
Ooh, objectively, I would say Revenge of the Sith.
Okay.
Revenge of the Sith.
All right. And is Austinator there? Austinator. Okay. Well, by default, it's just going to be you two. And JJ, I think we have an interesting situation here, don't we?
Yeah, because they're both tied.
They are. Which is the better character, Ahsoka or Rey? Ahsoka, of course. That's what I said. DC or Marvel? I would have taken either. I'm a bigger DC fan, but with the movies right now and the way that Marvel has handled the movie universe, Marvel has the upper hand on that, and I like the Marvel movies better than the majority of the DC properties right now. Now, Zack Snyder could change my mind. I loved Wonder Woman. We'll see how that goes.
That wasn't done by him.
Well, I know it isn't. I'm just talking about the movies that DC has.
Yeah.
I mean, that you know, I want to see what he does with Justice League, but I did like Man of Steel. I did like Batman versus Superman. I liked Wonder Woman. I'm not a huge fan of Aquaman. I was okay with Shazam, but we won't go into that. Which game series is better, Lego Batman or Batman Arkham series? I'm a huge fan of both, but it is the Arkham series. I mean, I love the Lego games for just being stupid and fun, and they're very imaginative and they're very easy to
Lego
play.
games are fun.
But I just think that the Arkham series is so immersive. I mean, I've played them for hours on end, and I mean, they're like a movie, and you're a part of it.
Yeah.
I just love that. Better vehicle, Batmobile or Batwing? I said Batmobile. Okay, I understand the Batwing is fun to fly in and stuff like that, but the Batmobile, in so many different ways in the comic books, especially, it had so much versatility. The Batwing really was a pretty standard, just a flying thing. So I'm a Batmobile guy.
Well, it depends on the design for me.
It does, and I did not put context to that, so that it's just, you have to guess what I think. And if you know anybody who knows me really well, they'll tell you you don't want to know what I think. Anyways, what is the best Star Wars prequel movie? Definitely Revenge of the Sith. I mean, it got better and better in my opinion. I was not a big fan of the Phantom Menace. I was I did like Attack of the Clones. A lot of people didn't. I liked it because it showed something we had heard about since the very first movie.
I like the ending, like the whole Geonosian.
It got better as it went along, yes. And of course, there's the sand speech, which is horrendous. I don't want to talk about that, but yes, no. Overall, you know, but definitely, Revenge of the Sith was so awesome to see him go. And while there are cringe moments in that movie, overall, it is a very awesome movie to watch.
My problem with it was Padme did nothing; she just cried.
That's true. You take her character, which is really strong in the first two movies, and she just kind of becomes this. And I mean, maybe
not really, because the argument was pointless. She's just a person. She knew Anakin was a Jedi. What could she do?
That's true. And also, you guys probably haven't been around a lot of pregnant women. Pregnant women kind of get that way, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean with the hormones and everything going, and they get very emotional. So I kind of see how that became that, and that wasn't my big gripe with it. One of my biggest gripes is the part when he becomes Vader. All of a sudden, he has that no. I was not very. I wish they would have had something better for that scene, but I was still very happy with it. So that means we're tied. My thoughts on Jar Jar. Jar Jar could have been a decent character. I just think it needed to be tweaked a little bit. I don't think they had to write him almost completely out of the trilogy. I mean,
because Jar Jar is the key.
Well, and you're one of those people that can see the case to be made that he was a Dark Lord of the Sith, right? I
don't technically see that, but I feel.
Ooh. I mean, I think it would be hilarious, and
it would be hilarious. But definitely, no, I don't see that.
Okay, all right. So you guys are tied 4-4. What that means is JJ now has the deciding question. JJ.
Yeah, well, or more than that, because if they tie on this one, I got to think of another one.
That's true.
Y'all are really making me work for this shit. All right. Now, as we're making this up as we're going along tonight, Chris, if I may.
Yes.
The question or questions I'm about to ask you are how I would answer them.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So since I'm a gamer, I'm gonna ask this question: Fortnite or Call of Duty?
Well, we don't play Fortnite with Mary, So I'm gonna say Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
Okay. Next question.
I take it was Call of Duty, JJ.
Yeah.
Thank God. Thank you.
Yeah.
Boys, plug your ears, but fuck Fortnite.
It's all right. I just play with
I
Mary.
hate Fortnite. I'm one of those people. I actually hate Fortnite.
I hate it.
Ah,
It's
damn.
whatever game to me.
I just hate it.
All right.
I played it just for the Rise of Skywalker.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
really
there was
it.
that for 5 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah.
All
that
right.
was it.
JJ, next question.
Next question. Favorite lightsaber color? Blue or red?
I feel like you're rad.
Red.
That was kind of easy.
Yeah, I know it was. I'm just trying to drag it out now. All right. Last question. And if you guys tie on this, Chris will spin for it.
Mhm.
Batmobile or DeLorean?
Oh my god.
DeLorean. I say DeLorean.
I honestly, I'm gonna go with DeLorean. I don't know. DeLorean.
Oh my God, really?
We're spinning, aren't we?
Yeah, because it was Batmobile.
Oh,
What?
wow. I would have gone
That was
DeLorean too.
shocking.
All right, here it is.
No. Michael Keaton, the first Michael Keaton movie, that Batmobile. I
1989?
loved it. Yeah, 89.
Yeah,
I loved it.
1989.
How
That
funny
was
is it that
Batmobile.
all years later we call it Batman 89? I mean,
Yeah.
that would have been a cool title back then, I think.
Yeah.
But, you know, all right.
Good luck, gentlemen.
Here it is. It's the wheel of
Jesus,
Nick.
take the wheel.
Are you guys happy with the colors?
Yeah, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. And here we go. It's going to spin. It's a 50-50 shot. The wheel's going to determine it. Oh, my God. And, it's going to be Jedi.
Yes.
And you know what you get for this?
What?
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Yay? Question mark?
I just, like I said, the points don't matter. We're here for fun. It's all about your opinions, guys. I hope you guys did have a good time.
Yeah, good job, guys. You did
Thank
very
you.
well.
So, granted, this was kind of a patched together weekly rumble today because of different things going on. But I want to thank you, Jedi. I want to thank you, Nindroid, and Austinator. If you can hear me, if you're busy right now, I want to thank you. You guys did a great job. And with that said, everybody, well, first off, JJ, go ahead and tell everybody about yourself and your channel and about yourself.
Only if you insist.
Yes, I do.
All right. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy JJ. You can find me a little bit of everywhere. You can find me Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. Central on the KHAOS list over on KHAOS Central with chrisknight, Danny Graham, and Nzo from Bigger Ford Entertainment. Also, I do my own weekly live stream. It's called Randomness at its Finest. Random panel, random topics. Come by, check it out. You might actually like what you hear or not. Your choice. You can also find me right here on Twitter at SithLord3827. Sometimes I tweet, sometimes I retweet, sometimes I don't. It's a lottery. Come check it out. Thanks for having me on, Chris. You know,
Not a problem. Thank you for coming and doing the hard work for me.
yeah, man. No problem.
All right. So, with that said, Jedi, Nindroid, JJ, everybody say goodbye.
Goodbye,
Have a good night, guys.
everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Hey guys,
Hi.
thanks for checking us out. Be sure to subscribe to both channels, and make sure to check out our friends in the Fandom Menace. You can find us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and BitChute, and you can also send us an email at sean@sean.chaosreacts.com and chrisknight@therealreview3000.com. And be sure to swing by our Teespring store to pick up some awesome merchandise.